What's up, guys? Welcome back to a Down to Business segment of the Screw Up Show. So you're on with Mon,
And with Don,
and we have a guest for you guys. So please go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi guys, so I'm Kaelyn and I'm actually the brains behind MIUTHELABEL. So we're a fashion brand who's currently running an Instagram. So I feel like some of you guys may have noticed our clothing around, maybe not. Hopefully you guys do.
Yeah, of course. For those who
awesome.
don't, hopefully this will be a platform for people to be more aware of your brand. So yeah,
Yeah.
very nice to have you here, and thank you for the time also.
Thank you also.
Yes, excited
All
to
right.
have you on the show. Okay, so I guess the first thing that we want to know is how and why did you guys start? Like we looked at your IG and you guys started mga November lang, no, last year.
Actually, we started start of December. And
Okay.
it was actually like a long time thing. Like for me, I've always wanted to have like a clothing brand, but then I have no idea where to start it. And also I always felt like I'm too young. Like maybe it's like an after college thing. So I always like try to put it off. And yeah, so I feel like with the pandemic, there's nothing really that you have to wait for since everything's just
It's
yeah.
happening
So
already, so why
yeah.
wait? Right?
So why yeah. So that's why we finally decided to push through with it after it was actually a decision. Like our first sample was made around June. So
Mhm.
it actually took a while to launch it. So yeah, and finally here we are.
Yeah, and good
Yeah.
on you for taking the initiative to start something like
Yeah.
this during the pandemic, like all times, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard to. It's not easy to start a clothing business, diba? I mean, some people might think na, oh, you're just
Especially
like,
with the pandemic, like
uh,
everyone wouldn't really buy. But then to our surprise, I feel like a lot of people, a lot of girls my age or our age are actually have gotten like a shopping addiction, which kind of
yeah,
also helped the boost of
For sure.
yeah.
yeah, everything's online nowadays, diba? During the pandemic, there's been a boom in like online
Yeah.
like buying and all that, diba? And again, like what I said, starting a business like this, diba, it's not easy. There's so many factors you have to consider, diba? Yung materials, diba? Like,
Yeah.
and everything else that comes with it, diba? So, can you tell us a little bit something about how a day goes by managing your business, as well as juggling other responsibilities that you might have, diba? So, what's it like for you?
For me it's actually not so tiring since
Mm,
a day-to-day life would just be um looking into what we need to ship today and what we have, what orders are coming in and what orders we have to let out soon and update also. I feel like the most challenging part is to be able to have social media content every day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just yeah,
mm,
just to make sure that your brand is always there. Yeah. So that's about it. So that's why we're just a really small team as of the moment. Maybe next time we start to expand.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, I think online businesses nowadays, it's not just like managing the actual business itself. Like it's also managing the online aspect of it. It's two completely different, worlds, diba? And yeah, like you mentioned, nga, it's very hard to have like content for your social media
Yeah.
page, diba? It's not easy because you have to think about the actual business also, diba? It's a syempre, if you're not thinking about the business itself, diba? And everything that comes with it, you're not going to be able to post anything online, diba? So it's really
Yeah.
just juggling everything together. So massive respect to you guys, diba?
Well,
For
thank you.
Yeah,
lalo
especially since
na.
you're such a small team. Like props to you guys for
Oh,
being able to
Yeah.
handle doing something like this. And you guys have a pretty good following on your
Yeah.
mm.
social.
I
Yeah.
feel like TikTok actually influenced it a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah, TikTok's like the master free advertiser.
right now. Yeah, exactly.
No budget whatsoever. You just post stuff there and it does the work for you.
And the most random things also are the videos that get like viral or something. Like we make videos, the videos that we actually make an effort on, they don't really, that's what we doesn't make it. But then if we take like a 10-second video, then that's what gets noticed.
Mhm.
Yeah, the algo's
Yeah.
really very strange when it comes to
Yeah.
preferences of people. They really boost like the most random
Yeah,
topic
exactly.
thing. But at the same time, I think that kind of works. That you kind of experimenting with seeing what
Yeah.
kind of like videos do pick up attention from you guys. And then for the ones that don't get the engagement that you may want, like at least you're doing it for you guys. Like that's the
Yeah.
priority, right? Like it's out there regardless of how much engagement it's getting. Like maybe next week someone will like have it
Yeah.
boosted up and then boom, that's it. It's gonna blow up. Then when you wake up, mga 5 million views na yan or something like that. I think it's also really nice that you guys have like a diverse range of like clothes, like even for guys, because a lot of the brands online don't really have like guy options. Like no hate to any of the businesses. Like we know a lot of businesses that are like purely for girls. That's fine. Like good for you guys. But like it's nice that you're one of the ones that has options for guys also. Like you guys have cargo pants. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
we do.
I
I feel
just
like,
Ooh.
got into super wearing cargo pants like recently, like
yeah,
from
I feel like
Uniqlo. So
everyone's jumping in the cargo tent lately.
Yeah.
But
So like,
yeah, I
uh,
feel like that's our niche also. That we
mm,
can, like, that's what's special about us is that our pieces are actually can be exactly made for you, or you can we have like a, unlike other brands that there's only like a few select choices with colors or sizes, but then with us, since everything is made to order, the choices are actually limitless. And yeah, and we also want, we notice, I feel like as a, if you're like a girl owner, it's
mhm.
so much easier to make clothes for girls since you're a
yeah.
girl, and we
Mm,
wouldn't have any idea for what guys would be wearing. And no, like not to take offense or anything, but I feel like it's also like more interesting to make girl clothes since we have more variations. Whereas with guys, it's always just like a tee or like a pants, and then, you know, yeah. So I feel like that's why a lot of brands target towards girls. So yeah, that's what I feel like what we want to expand on to more, because I feel like also for us we focus more on the girls. So maybe in the nearby future we'll try to own our guy selection more.
mhm. Yeah, it's always good naman to have like, selections for, all genders, diba? So,
Yeah.
I mean, the big clothing companies have guy stuff, diba? So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good beginning lang then
Yeah.
for you guys to kind of establish yung the niche nga that you mentioned, diba? And I mean, yeah, I mean, it's kind of true then naman na when it comes to buying clothes, girls really more tend to gravitate more to that, diba, compared to guys.
Yeah.
So, ayun. So, like, can I ask lang, what's your kind of like thought process of like the stuff that you put out, diba? Is it like the trendy stuff, or do you guys have like stuff na aren't necessarily the trend, pero you still put out because it's like, maybe somebody would want to buy it or something
Um
like that?
Actually we're very, we actually like to base it on what the our consumer wants. So that's why we always have like um calls or this and that. So that's why we always take into consideration whether this person would message us and would ask that maybe next time we could offer like this type of top or something. That's what we always try to take in consideration. And also we also try to do a lot of research of what's there in the market. So obviously we wouldn't want to put out something that's being sold in like everywhere. So
Yeah,
we
of
always
course.
try to make sure that um we would release something that's new, but then at the same time it looks like what something that people nowadays would be wearing. But then I feel like for the girls, my number one rule is that I would also want to wear it, since I feel like a lot of brands are just like producing and producing and producing. So that's what's important to me, is that it resonates with what I like as a brand, since I wouldn't want to be promoting something that's just for like money or something. Yeah.
Yeah, oh,
For
I think
sure.
I really like that mindset nga, di ba? If you don't want to wear something, di ba, why sell
Yeah,
it, di ba?
exactly.
And I think magandang advantage din yung what you mentioned is yung creating like surveys or polls nga for people to kind of give you guys ideas of what you might put out. Kasi of course that's the one of the that's the stuff that they're gonna buy, di ba? So
Exactly.
it's a really
Yeah.
good idea, di ba, for online businesses to really use that to an advantage, di ba? To, you know, put products out there that will really garner the attention of the buyers, di ba? So yeah, oh, good job with that, di
Me
ba?
too.
Yeah, and I guess with the rate that you guys are you're slowly like blowing up now because you've only been out for
A
half
couple
a year,
months.
almost half a
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Hmm.
And your brand's super growing. I mean, I'm sure more and more people in the future are gonna be wearing your stuff. Have you thought ahead of like what plans you have for like future collections? Like anything you can share for anyone who like you might have fans who are watching now and they're gonna be like, what are they gonna release next?
Actually,
Hmm.
we're shooting our summer collection really soon, actually this weekend. So we plan to
Nice.
have that out ASAP, since I feel like we're kind of worried also and pressured that what if it's too late of a summer collection. But then at the same time, I feel like it's 24/7 summer here in the
It's
Philippines.
always
Yeah.
So
summer
it
here. There's
doesn't really
no
matter.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. But then yeah, so that's what we're focusing on now. And we don't really have like a plan of the entire, like after summer collection, we just want to go by per collection and just focus on it. So we all, since I feel like with clothing it's really hard to say, since trends go by so fast
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
they do. But
Hmm.
then they
So
also come back so quickly. Like
Yeah.
exactly. So we wouldn't want to like fast pace things and plan ahead. So just stick on a steady basis is fine.
Yeah. Day to day. That's the best
Yeah.
way to do it, di ba? And then yeah, 24/7 talaga dito, summer sa Philippines. So,
yeah, people will
Yeah.
want yung mga short sleeve, they'll want shorts, they'll want like breezy pants. That's fine. People will
mhm.
still be buying, no doubt. Kahit it's like December, summer
Yeah.
fit pa yan.
Oh, man. So like, with everything that we've learned, with your business, diba? So, what advice can you like give to, people who may be business owners like you also, or maybe somebody out there who's considering starting a business of their own, diba? Especially an online one during, these times, the pandemic, diba? So, ayun, yung mga advice ka ba dyan?
Actually, one thing that isn't actually quite known is that I run this business actually with my mom. So she's
Oh
in
Mm,
charge
wow.
of everything production, and I'm in charge of everything creatives or marketing and putting it
mm,
out there. So I feel like my advice is actually to have a partner with this, since I feel like it's
mm,
so hard to get into this thing alone. Since I feel
Mhm.
like everyone needs, getting help isn't something that's degrading or
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
yes. So I would advise that you get a partner or just help, and then getting to know what exactly you want, and not just for the sake of putting it out there. You really need to know what your branding is, especially since there are so much clothing or companies out there. So you need to know why you would be different, and what makes you special, and what makes you something that people would want to have. So you need to do a lot of research and a lot of planning. But I feel like my best advice would be is to do it for the sake of loving it, and not doing it for the sake of just for getting popular or getting money.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. I mean, that's it right there, diba? I mean, setting yourself apart, knowing your brand, diba? And doing it because you love it, diba? And, having
Exactly.
a support system na rin, diba? Pero for
Yeah.
those who, do businesses on their own, like talagang sila lang,
Super
like,
props to
Congrats
them.
to
super
you
Yeah.
props to
guys.
them.
Like,
Oh, but yeah, I mean, that's it right there.
yeah, and if anything, asking for help, I think, is not it's not a sign of weakness at all. It's a sign of
Yes.
maturity because you know how much like you can handle already, and then taking on someone to help you with stuff. It takes a lot of guts also. So I think it's
Mhm.
very strong of people to do that. So yeah, guys, if you need help with this with the your passion projects or your businesses, don't be afraid to like bring someone along to help. If anything, they might help your company grow even more, right? But for the
Yeah.
ones na nga who are doing it alone, like congrats to you guys. Like wow.
Galing.
So I think the last thing that we wanna know, and for everyone who's watching, who this age that we're living in now, there's like a whole like boom of influencers, of models, right? People picking up followings and then left and right, they're just getting collab opportunities. But I think from the side of the business, when you see an online business and then you are acquiring like a rising like influencer, your first question will always be like, what is it like to work with this brand? So how do you go about collab opportunities that you may offer to influencers or models or people you may reach out to want to like showcase your clothes?
I feel like with influencers, it's always like a gamble since you're not always sure if you'll be getting the engagement that your brand would be
Yeah.
wanting. So, but at the same time, for influencers, how we select. Recently, we haven't really been giving out influence to influencers since we discovered that what works best for our brand is when we feature our clients or customers themselves. So I feel like that's more authentic
Mm-hmm.
and it gets more noticed by others. But then for influencers, what we gravitate towards to is actually someone. Sorry, is your question on how we
No, I
get?
mean you can answer it any way you want, like how you guys go about it if you were to have someone.
Um, Normally we just for influencers we would obviously send out. You can get for us. You can decide on what type of piece in our current lookbook you would want, and then
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, or if someone would reach out, we would also
Mm.
check if
Mm.
it's worth it or it meets our brand.
Mm.
Then if ever we would send it to them, like we would also custom it to them since we're made to order. So no, not a problem to have it like super fit to their size. And at the same time, I feel like what we want more is actually Instagram influencers. Since I
Mm-hmm.
feel like for TikTok, like as we said earlier, the most random things blow up. So we had problems also when we sent it to TikTok influencers. Sorry, but um it didn't really get much the reach that we were hoping for. But with Instagram influencers, then that's where we really got um the reach that we wanted. So that's how we go about with that.
All
But
Yeah.
at
right. I
this,
mean,
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. That's really the
I mean,
risks of business. Like professionally,
oh,
that's how it's
yes.
gonna be talaga. Like there's
Yeah, at
really
the
no
end of
way
it
of
all,
telling.
it's a business, diba? Even if it's online naman, I mean, a
yeah.
business is a business,
And
diba?
it's quite hard sometimes since it's so hard to reach influencers. It's so hard to get into connection with them. So
Mm.
it's really such a challenging thing to get into agreement with them and actually getting them to connect with you for firsthand is one of the most challenging parts.
Mhm. Yeah, it's very interesting. No? I thought it would be easy, honestly. Like
Because I
from
feel
my
like they
view.
get a lot of messages. So why
Mm.
would they? Yeah. Especially
Mm.
when we started, we had such a hard time to get to our products to influencers. Since I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, well, like, why would they want you?
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really like that talaga when you're beginning. Kahit naman us when we started, di ba? When we were getting guests that weren't our friends, it was hard,
It was really hard
being,
in the beginning. Took a
oh,
big
like they don't see
Yeah.
took
your
a lot. Like
messages,
it's
di
no
ba?
fault of theirs whatsoever. It's just
Oh, yeah.
the way to reach them. It's not
Yeah.
as accessible as you think because nga, they get messages probably like all the
Mm,
A
time, right?
lot.
So why would they
Yeah.
see our message? But
mm, yeah. We resorted to emails, di ba? Outside of Instagram. Yeah,
yeah,
it's really a process.
emails.
It's a process talaga. Mm.
It's a good learning experience also, definitely. And for the ones that do reply and it pays off, like
Yeah.
that's your
Yeah.
reward right there. Like,
Mm. Yeah.
all right, so everyone who's listening, you heard how they do how they do their collabs. If you guys wanna know, you can hit them up for sure on their IG. Is there anything that you wanna plug? You wanna plug like all of your business handles or your personal IG and TikTok on people to follow
Oh,
you?
everyone should go follow View the Label on Instagram. So that's where we're currently handling our entire um selling center. But then at the same time, we're actually in the works of creating a website for it. So maybe we'll
Nice.
plug that eventually when
Nice.
we actually push through with that. And then we also advertise it on our TikTok page. So our TikTok is at View the Label.
All right.
All
We'll
right.
plug
Yeah.
those for sure. And when your website comes out, just tell us. We'll edit the YouTube.
Okay.
No
Hmm.
problem, for
Oh,
sure.
we'll promote
I'm gonna
that.
check
Yeah,
out
for sure.
the clothes also, like maybe like tomorrow or later. Cause I wanna see what cargo pants you guys have. Cause that's really gonna be my new jeans. I'm never gonna go back to jeans. Cargo pants are so breezy.
Mainit
It's
eh.
like
Exactly.
it's so nice
Mainit
talaga.
eh.
Especially now. Yeah, it's so hot.
Yeah.
Mm.
All
Yeah.
right.
But thank you and best of luck with the business.
Thank
Yeah, for
you.
sure.
Yeah,
Thanks for
this was so
having me.
enlightening. Of course. Thank you for also
Mm.
sharing everything. I'm sure, your fans and all the people following your business will want to hear more about like how it came to be and all of that.
Yeah, a
So,
lot of people actually ask about it because I feel like there are a lot of girls or guys who are inspired to have their own business
Mm.
or clothing business.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. And then it's
You
our
guys are
job
watching. This is your
to
sign.
help you guys. Yeah. It's our job to get the word out to everyone. So hopefully everyone watches this. But yeah, thank you so much again for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, this is super fun. And we will be supporting your business for sure.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you to everyone who's listening. This has been a Screw Up Show segment. We'll see you guys in the next Down to Business, I guess. So see you guys in the next episodes.